Hey everybody, it is Jason from the Texas Gun Vault 2, and I'm out here in the garage tonight, I guess coming to you with another episode of Garage Gun Talk, and we're going to be talking about upcoming projects. I was able to meet my friend Richard for lunch today. I returned the Browning High Power Practical, which I did a range report on. I don't think it's on the channel yet. Wait, maybe it is. Maybe that was the one that was released a couple days ago. I forgot. If you haven't seen it, go check it out unless it's been released. I always don't keep up on what the schedule is because I got so many videos that are scheduled for release going all the way right now up until March, I believe. But anyway, he had another pistol for me to try out today. And this one is kind of cool and different. Might be a little bit out of my wheelhouse, but not too much. It's another target pistol. And this is the Browning Buckmark. And I believe he said this one is called the Contour. So 5-inch barrel or 5.5-inch barrel Contour. Obviously a Target 22, and it does have a gold trigger in there. And I asked him, is that a stock trigger? He did say yes, that's the one that comes on it. So it's kind of weird they would have a gold trigger on that. So this is supposed to be a very accurate 22 target pistol. Very interesting. Excited to get to try this thing out. It has a big old rail on the top. He put a SightMark reflex sight on it. And SightMark is a company that I think I bought one of their sights when they first started importing them. Oh, good God, 15 years ago. And I put it on an AR-15 and it got destroyed because the recoil was just too much for it. And I was not very wealthy at the time. And so it was the most affordable sight that I could, purchase that looked decent, and it fell apart on me. And so that always kind of, ruined their reputation in my eyes. But I have heard that SightMark has come a long way since then. And like many of the Chinese companies, they've been reverse engineering stuff, realizing what the American market demands and wants. And now actually they make some pretty good sights. So this is one of their newer ones. And it's supposed to be a lot better. But of course, it's only mounted to a 22, so we're not going to be dealing with a ton of recoil on this. And Richard, who is a very competent shooter and used to be a firearms instructor, so I definitely trust his opinion and his ability, says this thing works great and holds zero. So looking forward to that. He also provided some ammunition for the review. We got some Aguila. Which one is this one? This is one of these I think is supersonic. Let's see, standard velocity, and was a copper plated. I thought it was high velocity and standard velocity, but I guess I got standard velocity and copper plated. So he provided that. I'll also try out some other 22 that Mark from Brownworks has sent, like of course the CCI mini mags I expect, and I'll try some other bulk ammo in it just to see how that runs. But I also want to share with you what I think is the most brilliant 22 long rifle life hack I have ever seen. Now, Richard tells me he figured this out on his own. And if he did, he is the Einstein of 22 long rifle. Now, when it comes to wanting to dry fire practice with guns, you guys know that you really can't do that with 22s unless the gun was specifically designed for that and being able to. It's like, for example, Ruger 1022s can be safely dry fired. That was built into the design. But especially older 22s, you're not supposed to, because since the firing pin is offset from the center of the bore, because it's rim fire, if you dry fire it, the firing pin will come into the chamber and hit the side of the barrel, and that can damage both the firing pin and the barrel and cause feeding issues later and just damages the gun. So what a lot of people would do in the past is you would pick up some of your spent brass. So here is a spent 22 casing right here. You guys know what that looks like. And so you could pop that into the chamber. You could dry fire it without hurting the firing pin. And of course, then you have to just extract this. Sometimes they get stuck. You use a little rod, push it out. But this would allow you to safely dry fire a 22. But when I picked this up today in this box, he had a whole bunch of these yellow, what I thought were like drywall hangers. And they actually are. I asked him, he said it's a number 8 hollow wall mount or hanger. And he said he was looking at these things one day. He picked up a bag of these, and he noticed they're about the same dimensions as a 22. Now, this isn't a loaded 22, but it has essentially what would kind of be like a rim. See if I can show you there. And the overall length, if it had a projectile in there, would be about the same. And so he thought, because these are made of just little plastic, he could probably put it into the chamber and safely dry fire these. And so he provided a whole bunch of these. And I was like, well, that makes complete sense. And it does work. So let me show you here. Very interesting. So you take this number 8 hollow wall hanger, and it will fit into the chamber, just like that. You can probably see it in there. You can close the slide on it. Then you can safely dry fire it. So that pin is not hitting the side of the chamber wall. And guess what? Ooh, it just hit my phone. It extracts. The extractor gets around that. So I was trying this out here in the garage before filming this. I was like, I wonder if these things would feed from a magazine. So I took one of the magazines and I started to load them. And let's see the results, because see if I can duplicate this. This is pretty darn awesome. So I loaded 5. Now, they're not going to be absolutely perfect here. Let me see. Some of these work better than others. So I think I put, 4 in there? Yeah, I put about 4 in there. So there they are, these number 8 hollow wall hangers in the magazine. Insert the magazine. And now let's pull the slide back. I'm going to let it go home. Okay, so that one, loaded kind of weird. Let's see, it extracted. Let's try a different one here. Okay, there we go. Now, dry fire it, and guess what? It works. That's amazing. These little wall hangers are like snap caps that you can cycle in 22s. Number 8 hollow wall hangers. How cool is that? So you don't have to go spend a whole ton of money on snap caps. You can buy these things for like, 20 for like $1. That is awesome. So Richard said he figured it out, so I think he is the Einstein of 22 long rifle snap caps. This is an amazing solution, and people need to know about this if you do dry fire practice. So now you have something that you can dry fire and cycle the action on. It will eject as well. It will extract. Really, really cool. Maybe not all of them will work perfectly, and I don't know if you could load a whole magazine, but you can get enough of that practice in. That is absolutely awesome and brilliant. So, yeah. I don't know if you guys knew about it. I didn't know about it. Had never heard about it. Richard said he figured it out, so that is awesome. So, yeah, just wanted to share that with you, and I might even make a main video on my main channel about that, because I think everybody needs to know about that. So, anyway, that's pretty cool. So that's the upcoming content, a little talking about guns tonight. See, one more thing I want to talk about before I let you go for the evening, and I'm just curious how some of you guys feel, because right now it is November the 1st, 2023, as I'm filming this, and it is, 8:51 Central Standard Time at night, and it has been dark now for like 3 hours. I have to tell you, number one, I'm originally from Florida, and I'm used to warm weather. Well, right now it's not too cold here, but I don't like cold weather. That's number one. But number two, I like sunlight. If it's daytime, for me, in my mind, like 6, 7, or 8 o'clock should have daylight. That is just the way it is. And the sun is going down at like 6 o'clock, and it makes me so depressed. Not like oh my God, I'm so depressed. It's just like, oh, why is the sun going down so early? I absolutely hate it. And I hate the fact that our country is on this daylight savings time thing. We move, we're about to fall back an hour, and then in the spring, of course, we spring forward an hour. I have a brilliant idea. Instead of us falling back an hour in a couple of weeks, why don't we fall back 30 minutes, cut it in half, and then keep it that way? So it just is in the middle, and we never have to deal with it again. That's what I wish that we would do. But also, I hate the fact it's so dark for so long, because now it's like 7:30 at night, and it feels like it's midnight. And I absolutely hate that. Absolutely hate that. What do you guys think about that? Because it makes me want to go to bed early at like 7:30, and there's so much to do. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say tonight. Brownie Buckmark, a 22 long rifle, snap cap hack, which is pretty awesome. And I hate daylight savings time and the sun going down at like 6 o'clock in the winter. And as we get closer to December, I know like the sun will go down at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I mean, I will get off of work and it will already be dark, and it just makes me so depressed. Oh, it makes me so depressed. Trees get brown around here. We don't really have a fall here in Texas. It just goes from green trees to brown trees. So everything's dead. The sun goes down at like 5:30 in the afternoon, and it's cold. I really don't like the winter. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a great day, and just wanted to share this with you. So hope you guys found this to be interesting, because I know that I did. So if you watch to the end of this video, say the word snap cap. Snap cap is the word of the day. Yeah, and if you've never heard of that trick, well, thank Richard, because Richard's awesome. He figured this thing out, and it works. So thank you, Richard. So, as always, thanks for watching.